Hi, welcome to the Trade Consistent channel. I'm Saeed. My goal is to educate you from my trading experience as well as to motivate you. Today's topic, trading as a business. Some of the things we want to talk about is why you want to treat trading as a business, some of the advantages, disadvantages of being an active trader, why I plan my trades before I execute them, and I'd like to talk about the equipment that I have on my showcase for trading as well as on a day-to-day. What do I do? What you see here is my business plan. This is it. Of course, I don't mean literally my business plan. I write down my process on a day-to-day. I sit and ask myself, who am I? What is my rules? And how I approach the market. That's very important because when you are trading, especially in that set and forget approach, you want to make sure that your business aligns with your personality. You don't want to start any business. So let's take, for example, you don't want to open up 7-Eleven or a laundromat and not understand that a laundromat business will take time to generate money because customers have to come in. And alongside, you have to make sure that you have the right location. Making sure that you have enough, I wouldn't say liquidity, traffic. So in the market case, you want to make sure that whatever instrument that you're trading has enough liquidity where in case you need to get out, hey, one click away. Now let's talk about this for a second. Now, trading as a business, if you compare any business, I think trading is one of the few businesses where you can be a millionaire literally overnight. In fact, here are some samples of some recent articles that I came across that folks who've made it big. Of course, it's possible. Does that mean that you can do it every day? No. The goal is when you're treating this as a business, you want to make sure you're consistent and you are able to gradually grow your equity curve. That is the most important thing. Any business, you want to make sure that your revenue grows gradually. You don't want your revenue to be $10,000 next month and the following month $2,000. You want to gradually grow it from 10,000 to 12,000, 12,000 to 15,000. So it's a nice streamline up. Now, of course, there's advantages and disadvantages of an active trader. When I use the word active trader, I'm talking about someone who approaches the market on a weekly basis. In fact, on a daily basis, ensures that a certain criteria has been met, and once that is met, you are ready to take the trade. And once you're ready to take the trade, you have to make sure that the risk parameters fits into your trading plan. I'll give you an example why I focus on one market, SPY ETF, and I like to trade that day in, day out, and I like to trade the underlying, which is the options. I look at the weekly options. Now, some say that it is very dangerous. To me, it's not, because I look at it from a business perspective that if these conditions are met, I'm ready to place a trade, and this is how much I'm willing to risk. Based on that, I have this amount of time to make sure that this trade is working in my favor. Of course, that's maybe a portion of that advantage. I want to talk about more advantages. I don't think I know any business that you can say the economy is bad. Let's take a look at coronavirus. I know a lot of folks. In fact, I was out last week at a Chinese buffet, and immediately I noticed that there was no customers. Now, in the market, the beauty of being able to trade is you can come in if something catastrophic, news like that ever occurs. It's one click away. Next morning, you just click and you're out. Of course, I don't think there's business that can replicate something like trading. Of course, there's disadvantages, higher risk. Just like any business, you have risk. How much investment do you need to come into the market? Well, initially when we started off the project, we had $500. That $500, we took it and we rode it all the way to $3,000, and we had a very nice equity curve. In fact, our losses were so consistent. It was less than $100, less than $200 on a $500 account. Of course, that doesn't mean that we took $200 initially. As we gradually grew the account, when we doubled up, we took more risk. And more risk means we bought more size, more contract. But of course, news in trading plays a big role. I don't like to look at news because I'm a price action trader and I follow the trend. When I put too many things in my head, it's very difficult for me to process the trade. I like to keep it fluid. I like to keep it consistent. Here's an example to show you one of our trades we took, and I didn't even know the news, but yet we made money just because we had the rules and we were consistent and we made sure our risk parameters were aligned with what we did. A lot of people think that trading can be a gamble. In reality, it's not. If you know what you're doing and you ask around, in other words, the biggest influencer is the social market. What's a better word for that? If you look at the social media, when you're in a trade and you want to make sure that you're in the right entry, or you want to be correct in the market, what we tend to do is that when we're wrong, we look at social media, and that's a very bad thing. Disadvantages is you don't have someone to hold your hand, especially when you want to be a good trader. Yes, you can find good mentors. The reason we started this is because we could not find someone who would show their track record and approach the market in a way that is consistent. Most of the folks you see, especially in the YouTube community and a lot of the services that are being offered, is that they have good returns, but it's not consistent returns, and when you ask them to show track record, they stop replying to you. And that's why we decided to start this whole video channel to show people how I trade on a step-by-step basis. Some of the equipment that I bought to trade is I trade right off the laptop. Trading is done completely the next morning. I don't turn on the laptop and consistently watch the monitor. I don't look at the screen. That's not what I'm about. Going back to our previous video, trading and personality, I talk about that is we only buy things when the time is right. There has to be a set condition. So equipment, so far I've spent, let's see, we bought a laptop for $200, actually $399 from Costco. Bought a mouse. I bought a stylus to help me be able to look at charts and then draw over them. That's probably another $100. So all in all, I've spent about $500. That's the total cost of this business. How much did I put in? Well, I put $5,000. Do I plan to put that entire $5,000 to work? No. The goal is we want to keep as much money in the account in case a good opportunity arises, or if we have consistent down days, or in other words, series of bad trades. So we want to make sure that we can stay alive in the business, and that's the main goal, to make sure that when you're wrong, you get out, and you have to be able to trade the next day. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, put all that money in one trade and then lose everything. In other words, self-sabotage. That's not what we do. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Be sure you like and subscribe to our channel.